The Ultimate Gaming Grip Elite Bundle featured in today's review was provided courtesy of Satisfye. When the Nintendo Switch launched back in 2017, its promise of handheld play was exceptionally appealing for me. Unfortunately, the reality didn't always live up to the promise, as playing on the Switch in handheld mode could get quite uncomfortable at times. This problem could be easily solved with the addition of a grip, but finding the right one has proved to be more difficult than it really should be. Between cheaply made options or ones that were just as uncomfortable as the no grip original, I haven't been too impressed by what I have found. Then, at the end of day one at E3 2019, I stumbled across Satisfye and their Pro Gaming Grip. Satisfye is a newer company based out of California that first cut their teeth with the release of the Switch Case Classic in 2017. In 2018, the company launched a campaign to create the Pro Gaming Grip through Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Through both campaigns, Satisfye was able to bring in around $470,000 from over 10,000 backers. For today's review, we will be looking at the Satisfye Ultimate Gaming Grip Elite Bundle that includes the Pro Gaming Grip, the Elite Grip Case, which has been redesigned for 2019, 4 thumbstick caps, and a USB charging cable. As the name of the bundle implies, these might just be some of the best Switch accessories to date. The first thing I noticed when I received my Elite Bundle box was the striking red and black color scheme that perfectly accents the contents of the bundle. The Satisfye logo can be found above the main image of the grip, with the Ultimate Gaming Grip Elite Bundle underneath, and both stand out nicely. Below the bundle's name, we can also see the contents list. Around the sides of the box, we have a variety of information including Satisfye's website and social media handles. We also get another large Satisfye logo and a claim about this being the ultimate gaming grip designed for the Switch. On the back are little tidbits about the design of the grip, including hand placement and ergonomics. The content list is also once again shown, as well as information about the grip's warranty. A message from Satisfye's founder and CEO Philip Brand is also featured, and a nice touch to me personally. There are also numerous screenshots of the product both standalone and in use. Opening the box, we can see the Elite Grip case wrapped in a plastic bag that once again bears the Satisfye logo. This bag is a choking hazard, so please don't try to wear it. Upon opening the plastic and unzipping the case, we get our first look at the Pro Gaming Grip, USB-C cable, and a bag with 2 sets of thumbstick caps. There is also a registration card inside the case that provides a bit more info on the grip's warranty. Starting with the star of the show, we have the Pro Gaming Grip. The grip features an asymmetrical design built to position each hand at an optimal angle to allow for maximum comfort. The design also positions your hands perfectly for using the thumbsticks on each side of the Switch. Both handles have a rubberized finish on the back to maximize grip and prevent slipping. The Satisfye branding is engraved along the right side and back of the grip and features a glossy finish which looks nice against the matte plastic of the rest of the unit. 2 hooks hang down from the main cross-section that supports the bottom of the Switch, while 2 rubber pads on the left and right provide a no-slip grip for the sides of the Joy-Cons. Just like Nintendo's own Joy-Con grips, the Pro Gaming Grip has divots in the plastic to accommodate the ZL and ZR shoulder buttons. Both the sides and 2 hooks have a plastic overhang which keeps the Switch in place from falling forward out of the grip. As for the durability of the Pro Gaming Grip, I have been thoroughly impressed. I have twisted it in both directions with no signs of give. I have tried to bend it in half and my thumbs gave out before the plastic. I got the same results when I attempted to bend the bottom hooks. No damage was sustained from ground slams and table beatings either. Please don't treat your Pro Gaming Grip like this when your Switch is in it though, as I'm sure the Switch will break before this grip. Moving on to the Elite Grip case, we have a beautiful gray exterior accented with red along the zipper. An indented Satisfye logo takes center stage on top of the case and is both pronounced and discreet depending on the angle you look at it. It is a neat effect, to be honest. The Satisfye logo can also be found on both rubber finished zippers. The fabric finish is fairly coarse, so whether you decide to use the included carrying handle or not, losing your grip on the case shouldn't be a big concern. Speaking of the handle, it uses a nice strap with a good length to allow for a good grip regardless of hand size. It also has a nice rubber finish in the middle to really provide a solid hold. The inside of the Elite Grip case looks even better than the outside to me. The striking black and red color scheme first seen on the box is once again in play here. In the main compartment is an indentation for the Pro Gaming Grip with Switch to be placed, making it rest nearly level to the zipper. Smack dab in the middle of the case is a red elastic band and compartment meant to store power banks of varying sizes. A cable tray is found just below this, allowing for the Switch to be charged while you carry it in the case. There is also a Velcro strap to keep the Switch secure during transit. On the opposite side of the case are two flaps for storing Switch cartridges, with each flap being able to hold 10 games. The first flap also has a zippered compartment for storing SD cards, cache, or more games if needed. Both flaps have a nice fleece finish to prevent them from scratching the Switch's screen or second row of Switch games when the case is closed. Behind the game holding flaps is a large zippered pouch for storing additional accessories, like Joy-Cons, for when you are on the go. Each of the interior compartments is lined with a soft finish to ensure maximum protection from scuffing. As for the build quality on the Elite Grip case, it is very nice. The handle is secured very well, along with each of the zippers found throughout. The case is a blend of hard and soft materials, so there is a little give in any one point, but the overall shell is very sturdy and can withstand some hits. I don't think it would survive a car hitting it, but for everyday bumps and dings, nothing should faze it. For our last two included accessories, we have the braided USB-A to C charging cable and two pairs of thumbstick caps. The USB cable features angled connectors and a short cable length of about 12 inches. The red and black color scheme can once again be found here. The Satisfye logo can also be seen on each connector. As for the thumbstick caps, they feature 4 raised grips as well as an indented Satisfye logo on their concave design. Playing Switch games in handheld mode while using the Pro Gaming Grip is a transformative experience and exactly what I've always been looking for. The asymmetric design, which I didn't think would really do much, felt great and positioned my hands perfectly on the Joy-Cons for the best button placement. I also love that the handles are long enough to get a good grip on with none of my fingers falling off. I could also notice a big difference in my wrists while playing, as I didn't need to reposition at any point during my gaming sessions. The grip has also been secure enough that you could play at virtually any angle. I was also shocked by how much of a difference the included thumb caps made on Joy-Con usability. Playing games like Skyrim, Doom, or Zelda always felt just a little bit off when I would use a Joy-Con, so I'd always opt to use a Switch Pro controller. Upon fitting the included thumb caps on both of my Joy-Con's thumbsticks, playing these games felt nearly identical to my Pro controller in functionality. Aiming felt much more precise and accurate, and is probably the first time ever I have truly enjoyed playing any of these games in handheld mode without a Pro controller. I have used various thumbstick caps over the years on Xbox or PlayStation controllers and have always found them to offer little difference or be a hindrance. With the Joy-Cons, they feel amazing and have really changed the way it feels to play with them. There is the extra grip they provide, but for me, I think the biggest benefit is the increased size they make the stick. I also like that they don't hinder any of the stick's range of motion while at the same time offering a bit of extra stability. For those of you out there who are a bit rougher on your thumbsticks, I honestly think you could benefit from these thumb caps. Of course, if you still want to use a Pro controller, you can, as the Pro Gaming Grip's bottom hooks and handles act as a stand. Using this functionality, you can easily enjoy any game in tabletop mode. The angle isn't as good as the Switch's built-in kickstand, but it is vastly more stable. And to be fair, the Pro Gaming Grip is designed to be a handheld mode accessory first and foremost. The stand also allows enough clearance underneath it to allow for the included USB cable to be attached for charging while playing. The Elite Grip case has also proven to be a great case in its own right. Not only do you not need to take off the Pro Gaming Grip to store your Switch, it can also serve as a nice charging base with its included power bank slot. I have two different power banks laying around the house, one an 8,000 mAh and the other a 20,000 mAh, and both have now found a home in the Elite Grip case. They each fit perfectly into the provided space, and I can easily store the one not currently in use in the upper pouch. The USB cable tray also keeps the cable nice and contained, providing a clean aesthetic every time you open the case. For anyone like me who likes to keep all of their Switch games and accessories stored in a single case, there is a lot of room in the upper pouch to hold an extra set of Joy-Cons and a slim USB-C charger. It will unfortunately not hold the official Nintendo charger or a Pro controller / Joy-Con grip, however. There is also the ability to carry around 20 games in the included space. If you want to bring more, either zippered pouch can easily be purposed for this task. The case's durability also makes it great as a portable travel case without having to worry about any minor dings breaking your Switch. Everything fits in securely, and once the case is closed, it feels very firm. For the most part, I don't think I could be happier with this bundle of great accessories, but there are a few things that still stand out to me as needing improvement. First off is the Elite Grip case's accessory pouch. Since the Switch sits flush with the zipper line, the Joy-Con's thumbsticks stick up into this area, making storing anything too thick press down on them. The game flaps and Velcro strap also cause a space concern above the Switch's screen. I try to not store anything too large in this area as to not put pressure down on the screen. The Pro Gaming Grip might also be a bit heavier for some, making prolonged gameplay still a bit difficult if you're not resting it somewhere, even with the better ergonomics. My last issue came from not being able to angle the Switch for tabletop play, but again, this is more of a nitpick than a legitimate problem with the product. I can't think of any accessory for the Switch that I find more essential than what the Satisfye Ultimate Gaming Grip Elite Bundle has become for me. This bundle is great and comes with high quality accessories that truly enhance the mobile experience of playing on the Switch. Even better is the price for the bundle is just a little more than other high-end cases by themselves, and you get all the awesome extras. Honestly, you can tell a lot of passion went into making these products, from Philip Brand's memo to the premium build quality. If you have a love of playing the Switch in handheld mode, travel, or maybe even just have large hands, check out the Satisfye Ultimate Gaming Grip Elite Bundle. It has it all! Thank you for making it to the end of today's review. As always, I can't express enough appreciation for each and every one of you that watches one of these videos. Also want to send another shout out to Satisfye for sending over this bundle. It was an amazing experience. If any of you who have watched this review would like to try this bundle out for yourself, I have numerous Amazon links to different Satisfye products in the description below. These links are through my Amazon affiliate program, so I do get a small commission for every purchase made through it, and it costs you nothing extra and really helps support the channel, so I appreciate you taking the time to look and check it out. If you'd like to further support the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, dislike button, just depending how much you like this review. And if you are really so inclined, there is also that join button, or you can click over here on my Patreon account to directly support the channel. As always, I can't thank you all enough for your support of the channel. Each time you watch one of these videos, you're helping make dreams come true, and I want you all to realize that. So until next time, stay safe, stay awesome, game freaking on, and we will see you all back next video.